applause going Fletcher behind him. And a big welcome to, firstly, three-time premiership winner with the Green Machine, Bradley Clyde. And a man who, he won a grand final with the Raiders, won 5 with the Broncos, Kevin Walters. Fellas, I don't think I've seen a better finals game. Thoughts?
Oh, I was just looking over at you, Kevy. How are you feeling?
I know. Oh, what a game. I mean, last time I played against the Raiders, they beat us up at Suncorp Stadium, but that was just something else. It was just the ebb and flow of it all, particularly that last 10 minutes in the first half, and then the field goals and everything that's happening.
There's a winning play, Benny Hunt.
Benny Hunt, yeah. Good on you, Benny. Nice field goal.
He just paid for himself.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've heard Adam Reynolds being on the field.
Yeah, oh, mate.
That's right, yeah.
What a kick.
Yeah. I tell you, Kev, sitting next to you, I mean, you got blood in the game with Billy there.
Yeah, really happy for Bill, mate. He's had a good season, and that's into the prelim final now, so, really good for the family.
Fantastic.
Because we felt really bad. So moments before, when we thought the Raiders had won, Fletcher and I are out of our chairs for some reason. We don't know. We just, for the Green Machine. And we look back and Kevy's just sitting there like this. Then obviously 2 minutes later, different story.
I tell you what, boys, and we're gonna have a look at all the highlights in a second, but that week off now for the Broncos is massive. Look at the Raiders now. I mean, bloody hell, they looked home. You know, and to go through a game like that, Sunday afternoon, the pace, the intensity. They got the Sharks next, and mate, it's going to be hard to get up again, Clydey, for that.
Yeah, Ricky's prepared the team for the last sort of 6 weeks, training a little bit harder, preparing for this final series. Physically, they're going to be fine. Mentally, they're going to have to reset.
Yep.
And have a couple of days off after this game, I would think, and then charge into the next game next Saturday, I think.
I tell you, let's head back to Canberra just quickly, Hein. I'm going to talk to, the man of the moment, Benny Hunt. Benny, welcome, pal.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Ben, oftentimes when you hit them, straight away, they're going to go over. What was your feeling once they left the boot?
Mate, honestly, I thought I put my hands up a bit early. I hit it sweet, and I put my hands up, thought I had it, and it started fading right. And once it hit that post, I wasn't sure, so lucky it snuck in.
Benny, it's Fletch here, mate. Did you overcall Reece Walsh there? Because Reece was... he actually went the early crow. He was celebrating before it actually went over.
He's on your shoulders.
Oh, mate, he had a couple of shots before that, and they were getting pretty hot on him, so we talked about, if we get a chance, I'll have a go. And yeah, the young fella honestly got us back into the game tonight. Without him, we don't get that extra time, so it was pretty special.
Yeah, Benny, it's Heine, mate. Congratulations. Great win, great field goal. But 28-12 down, 14 minutes to go. You had 2 in the bin at one point. Did you think you were a chance, honestly?
Mate, honestly, at the start of the year, I wouldn't have thought so, but the way this team's been playing a couple of months, I know we've got some points in us if we can just get it together. And once we get one try, we can get a couple, and to get it to extra time. I thought it was a special effort, but there's a couple of things went our way, and it's kind of like we were just meant to get it done.
Hey, Benny, we'll let you go. Imagine it's getting cold out on the pitch there in Canberra. Congratulations. Well done to you personally, mate. Fantastic.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Good on you, Benny Hunt there. Let's have a look at now our finals performer, and it's Reece Walsh. Boys, it's fair to say he had a rather eventful day.
He had everything, didn't he? I mean, when he got for the sin bin, he came back out, and I suppose he thought to himself, I probably cost my side the win here. And he came back out. He had this first 40-20, but it was that period where he scored one, kicked the 40-20, laid on a couple, and it was just a performance. I've never seen, in a space of 15 minutes, a player, let alone in a semi-final, have that much influence over. And as Ben Hunt said, if it wasn't for this kid, they don't get the cash.
Will we see him?
Well, it's going to be a nervous wait.
Will they rub him out for that headbutt or that?
I hope not.
Head?
Well, I mean, let's talk straight here. There's going to be pressure not to. Like, you want your superstars in finals matches, but hey, it's going to be a really nervous wait.
Was there enough in it to go?
Does it get him?
It deserves a week, or was it more of a just a? Was it more of a lean in? I thought it was a lean.
I don't think it got him.
You two could demonstrate it properly. We've seen both.
I didn't think it was honestly that bad. So
I think he'd be fine for the preliminary final. Yeah, he's obviously a very classy player, Reece, and Ben's right. Without him out there in this game, the Broncos don't win. I know Benny Hunt kicked the field goal, but he was just everything good again today about the Broncos was on the back of Reece Walsh. So,
down that left side, down his left-hand side, against the Raiders' right edge.
Just so fast with ball in hand and puts the defenders... You're just at risk. He can beat you with his speed or a pass or a grubber, so he's very hard to defend against.
We just spoke about that moment with the headbutt. There's a Paddy Carrigan situation as well. Both players with sin bin as far as Hudson Young and Reece Walsh would happen there, and they've got the Carrigan one as well. Your thoughts on the Paddy Carrigan?
I think that's worse than the headbutt. Yeah. Because you could see Morgan Smitty's with the claret coming out.
Yeah.
But to his credit, he jumped straight back up. So I thought that was... Oof. I mean, it is reckless, and that they're trying to get this out of the game because we've said it's the impetus is on the defending player, and he comes out. So I think he might be in a bit of a...
Yeah.
There's a concern for Paddy Carrigan.
And you got Piakura as well.
Yeah,
fractured eye socket as well.
Yeah.
They played with him for a lot of... Well, I think the whole second half without him. So they were one down in the middles as well. So a good effort from the Broncos. Big guys.
Oh, you're not wrong. And down to 11 men.
Yeah.
You know, and there it is there with... Hudson had a few words and then he responded.
See, look, I don't think he gets it in.
How come Hudson goes to the bin there?
Yeah,
I think because he came in and sort of...
He
agitated
Reece Walsh.
The agitator.
Yeah. The disruptive agitating.
I think I've got one of those taunting. I think it's called taunting.
The other one is Payne Haas, boys. He had a leg injury. And this is what we're talking about. You know, that week off, how just invaluable it is. You know, some of the stories in the game. Look, there it is here. He's Payne Haas's injury there. You'd think with a week off that he's going to be okay. Let's talk about some individual performances. And Kev, I know it's hard. You're sitting here. We're going to talk about your young fella, but mate, he has had a sensational year, and I think his football's gone to another level once he's gone into the 6. I think if Adam Reynolds returns and he goes into the 7, I'd be putting Ben Hunt in the 9 and leaving Bill at 6.
Yeah, I think that's the plan out of the Broncos. Is when Adam Reynolds was ready, well, he'll come back in. Billy will stay at 6 and Ben Hunt goes into 9. But I feel like Ben Hunt and Billy have done really well just to free Reece Walsh up. He seems to be, his last 6 weeks, and it's a real art in playing 5'8" and knowing where to, a bit like dummy half, because he's played a lot there. So you've got to be a bit selfless sometimes at 6 and feed those that can do things with the ball, and certainly Reece Walsh is one of those players. And on the left side there with Shibasaki, he's got a pretty good combination going with him as well.
Put your coach's hat on, and Adam Reynolds comes back. Would you change the side? Does Adam Reynolds walk straight in after this? Is 5 in a row?
Yeah, I think he has to come back into the side. Now today was they got away with that. That could have went either way. So, but I think Brisbane are a better side with Adam Reynolds at 7, and I would put Ben Hunt to 9.
I tell you what, boys, we've got Reece Walsh going to join us now. Hey, Reece, thanks for your time, mate. We'll just say before, mate, geez, you had an eventful afternoon. Your last 15 minutes is as good as I've ever seen you play.
Oh, mate, geez, I tell you what, I had to come out with something because getting sent for 10 in a final, I was disappointed in myself, mate, so I'm glad, the Chockies went our way.
Hey, Walshy, it's Fletch. I need to know, did Hudson mention anything about the toilet water incident?
He called me a weak-gutted dog, so, yeah, it was a good battle out there, mate. He's a top player, and, I love watching him play.
Reece, it's Heidi, mate. Well done on a great win. You must be looking forward to this week off, though, now. Madge was pumped in the sheds, but a few injuries, whatnot. The week off will do you well to good.
Oh, mate, I can't wait. I'm going to be begging for Madge to give us a couple of days because, geez, he's been getting into us, mate.
Hey, Reece, listen, mate, we'll let you go. We know tomorrow you're back on the tools. We've got a block drain, so good on you, pal. Go and enjoy it. Great effort.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Boys, let's have a look at the highlights of the game. And, I mean, the Broncos came out firing early on, and it took a fair bit for the Raiders to absorb that, but then they counterpunched, and from there they were on top.
Yeah, I thought they might have been a little bit nervous, the Canberra Raiders, because a lot of them is their first final series, but it wasn't to be. They were really dominant towards the back end of that first half. But, we said it earlier in the green room, how good is it refreshing to watch a semi-final during the day? It's a totally different... Yeah. It was a totally different spectacle from the previous 2 games we've seen. It just looked it looks enormous out down there, but
Jeez,
the second half.
Yeah, this bloke, Kaya Weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, if they win, you know, he's the guy we're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. Two very even teams with some quality players. It just come down to a field goal, and but I think the Raiders should be very proud of the way they played. They've they competed all night. In that first half, I felt as though they probably turned over too much ball.
But looking back now, that's one the Raiders lost. Really, like 28. Rather than Brisbane won. I think, Brisbane did well to get back into the game, but to be 28-12 up with 14 to go.
We've all been in those games.
Yeah, it's just momentum.
Where the momentum just totally
you can't
swings.
get it back. Yes.
And you're on the slippery slope, and it feels like you're just trying to wear down the clock.
Yes. And that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. The Raiders thought, we've got enough. The time's going to beat them, and it unfortunately did. That right edge of the Raiders, which has been their Achilles heel all year, where they've leaked most of their points down that right edge.
We
of the
need to
Raiders.
have a good look at that.
There's something needs to happen there because
we need to.
the teams at home, who have they got next week?
Playing the Sharks.
Sharkies. They've got the Sharkies next week, and that I'm telling you, Craig Fitzgibbon would have been looking at that, going. There's some issues on that right edge.
Saturday game.
Yeah.
Sharks got an extra little bit more recovery. The thing about it with the Raiders, they didn't so much hit the wall. They stopped playing.
That's what. Yeah,
that's it. And the way the game is now, with the momentum and the fast rucks, mate, teams can just score points.
Well, it was the little things too. When Jamal Fogarty had a chance to the field goal, he was on the wrong side of the ruck. Just those little things when you get under pressure, the good players or the experienced players know when to take that opportunity.
But and this as well. This is like tackle 2.
It was on though.
It was on. Well, no, it was on. Like little things like that.
Like this here. There are just so many little moments through the game. It's one of the most incredible finals games I've ever seen in my life. I remember the one Clyde, you blokes played against the Dogs in 1994. They might have beat you an extra time. That was some sort of game.
Halligan kicked a field goal.
He did. But this one was another level. It was just incredible.
With the Raiders, I reckon Ethan Strange he's got to get more involved.
Second half.
Big time.
Didn't see him in the second half, and his ball running, he's a real threat. So this week, I think the Raiders need to, when they have a look at their game, work out a plan to get him certainly more involved.
I reckon, Kevy, sometimes he is a very left-sided player, but he nails himself down that left side. A bloke with his talents, you want him moving around the field a little bit.
Put your coach's hat on. Raiders, when do you come back to training?
A couple of days off. I think they recover well these days, the players, and they'll get a lot out of that game, the Raiders. I mean, if I take my mind back to 2015, I think the Broncos beat the Cowboys in round 1 in the first round of the finals, and then they end up playing in the grand final. So these two could meet again at a later date.
Happened in 99 with St George, Illawarra and Melbourne as well.
So
we might get the right edge in tomorrow, though. Right side.
We've got a screen here, something we can do.
We could
probably come up with something.
You two can handle that.
We can handle that.
Let's get Gordon in. Gordon's
He's one of the assistant coaches.
He does love a chat, as we know.
I've got Gordy's number.
He tends to change it quite a bit. Now, if we go back, look, Attila reminded me of, let's go back to, and you're talking about teams having to bounce back from an epic game. You blokes played 95 week 1 of the 95 final series, Canberra versus the Broncos. Epic game, an incredible game of football, but I think, Clyde, you blokes won 14-8. And the intensity of that game, it's funny because you blokes, both of those sides were probably favourites with Manly to win the comp. Neither of you made the grand final. Do you reckon a game like that takes a bit out of you?
Yeah, it does. The momentum of the modern game is something that is quite extraordinary. It shifted 3 or 4 times there today. It was just starting to evolve in '95, where teams would get on a roll, and we come out early in the second half and got on that momentum ride and managed to secure that game. But the Broncos had a great side, and it was always that grand final that never happened.
It was always the great shame you blokes never met each other in the grand final.
No, we would have beat a bit. Those diamond jerseys, get rid of them. They didn't do much for us. But that's the hardest NRL game I played in, I reckon, that night at Suncorp Stadium. And we didn't recover. We got beaten next week and we went straight sets out. So the Raiders, I think he only lost 4 or 5 games that whole year.
That's right. I haven't been as confident to win a grand final ever. I thought we hadn't had any injuries. We'd lost about 2 or 3 games and got beat by a very good Bulldogs team on some momentum.
Went on a winner. Yeah. Ricky did his ACL, didn't he, in that grand final qualifier? Did his knee in that game? I think in 95.
He may have, yeah.
I don't know, maybe, I think so. Now, let's have a look at the road to the grand final. Let's look at next week's finals. As said before, Saturday, Raiders up against the Sharks, the Shire, and then Sunday, 3 p.m, day football again, and it'll be...
Good day footy.
I reckon there'll be at least 70,000 there.
Yeah.
The Doggies against the Panthers. Righto. Let's talk about one of those sides. Last night's game, Sharkies 20-10 over the Roosters. Not as dramatic as today, but still a really quality game of football. I thought the Sharks were terrific. I think at the moment the Sharks are playing the best football they have under Craig Fitzgibbon.
Yeah, last week against the Bulldogs, their defence had improved out of sight, and again last night. Now this is a Roosters side who have scored 1,000 points in the last 4 games. To only limit them to 2 tries was a huge effort. Fitzy's always been about defence, and you could tell that this is what they've worked on because they were brilliant. Look, as a Roosters fan and supporter, again, their errors cost them.
Yeah,
yes. Like, I don't know how many times when they complete under 80% that they invariably lose. The second half there last night, you just can't do that in semi-final football.
The Sharkies pressured their kickers very well.
They did.
All night, just harassed them.
They really went at Semi.
Hugo as well. Didn't let them get their kicks away when they wanted to. And that put them on the back foot straight away because the week prior, Roosters were kicking the teams to death.
Braden Trindle, probably his best game or most important game as an NRL player.
Yeah,
superb.
And I like watching him play. I mean, we talk about Cody Walker being, a great visionary. This kid's got it as well. Tricky. I don't think there's many players. I mean, look at this. Yeah. He's just dummying and just makes the right option here. So, and look, if you're a Raiders fan, you'd be nervous because look where they've scored those 2 tries.
Yeah, down
that same side. So,
but you're going to fix that up this week, you and
I am.
We're going to get down there.
I'd like you both to go down there.
We might do it at Northies. How's that? I like Northies.
Now, they got a screen there? They got a screen there?
They got a couple of screens.
Multiple. Look, when you talk about the best middle players of all time, Lazo, of course, talk about Taumalolo, Payne Haas, you've got to talk about this player, Adam Fanua-Blake. And this is the reason they brought him to the Sharks, to win these big games. And there was a period halfway through the second half where the game was on the line and he was just unbelievable. He just kept punching
he's a freak. That's the reason they bought him. They knew what they were going to get from him, obviously coming from the Warriors. But I think I saw a comment not a few weeks ago where he thought he had to lift his game a little bit. He thought he'd fallen off a little bit and, compared to where he was at the start of the season. And he's just come out and he's gone all guns blazing again. And I don't know what it'd be like to tackle him, but I'd say to be very hard because of his late footwork, he's got power, he's got size.
Big caboose too.
Big caboose.
Big centre of gravity.
Very hard to catch some of the big caboose.
Yeah, you don't want to get set too early because he'll step you.
There's big blokes hard to tackle. When they got late football,
and he's got a quick.
It was easy for me.
Quick play the ball.
We used to get caught between their legs. That's how we tackled them. But Rudolph last night was good too, wasn't he? That great try that he scored. I thought the Cronulla forwards were really strong,
weren't they?
Against the Roosters. Probably the more fancied pack, the Roosters, but the middle forwards of the Sharks really stood up, and they've done that for a few weeks in a row now. So Ricky's better get his boys in the ice bath and get them ready for next week.
Get them going.
They'll be in for a battle.
Now, Fletch, your man.
Oh, my man again, Marky Mark. This is 4 weeks in a row I've been here. We're not doing our what caught my eye, but this is... he can score him in the air, but look at this. This is a goose step. So he's got it all. Kevy... Surely he's in the conversation to be going over to England.
Yeah, well, obviously he's in great touch, isn't he?
This is where he learned it from. Look at this. This is the great Campo. Yeah, the old goose step. Wallabies got rolled last night, but I wonder where the goose step came from because I've never seen a goose do this.
That's probably not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, is that
Peacock.
Peacock update?
Yes.
No, they're still there, still alive.
God, good.
Yeah.
I must say, Hindy, when you came in tonight, you smelt like farm. You smell like a sheep, honestly. And
really?
I mean that sincerely.
This is a word, no shit. Yeah. I yesterday was chasing sheep around because you put this thing in them, right? Which brings them on heat. And I had to
maybe we should just leave that alone.
I think you get to jail for that.
See? Call the cops.
I had to remove them, so I had to pull them out yesterday, and I could still smell like sheep.
Is that the AI you've bought from overseas?
No, that's Highland semen. There's so many things going on in my house. It's
How much does it cost? Just out of curiosity, if you go and get semen from the States.
From the States.
What? 20,000 he just wrote.
That'll cost you. That'll cost you another endorsement, boys. What are those Ugg boots doing now? Now, Melbourne Storm 26-18 over the Dogs. Really tough, entertaining game of football. Look, both teams, of course, had key men missing and had some injuries throughout the game. I reckon both sides, including the Melbourne Storm, got to take it up a gear if they want to win the comp.
I think in particular Melbourne Storm, because you look at the Dogs with what they had injury-wise, they had to reshuffle everything, and I think they did a lot better under the circumstances what Melbourne did, I thought. You know, Melbourne, they must have another gear in them if they want to go all the way. Because at the moment, they were just teetering, and the Dogs hung in there. The Dogs hung in and did a really good job.
Well, they got some key injuries, didn't they, the Dogs, which affected their performance. But if the Storm want to go past, well, they're into the prelim now, but they need to improve on that. They'll know that, though.
And the Dogs missed 60 tackles in this game as well. Yeah. So it's...
Their errors are like killing them lately. Like their defence, although they're missing tackles, like their structure in defence is good. Like they absorbed a lot of pressure defending their own quarter, but errors, mate. So many errors their defence can't absorb.
As halves, you boys, as the layman when we were watching at home, they looked a lot better when Toby came on, Fletch, as a genuine seven.
Without a doubt, because Galvin can go back to his natural role, playing six. You know, and I come back to the fact with Lachlan, can you imagine going into a brand new system, you're trying to learn the system on the run and you're trying to organise people within that? It's just, I think at the moment it's a bridge too far. And to me, I think Galvin's a pure 6 and in the future maybe a 13, ball playing 13.
And Burton, when he went to centres,
was good.
He was probably their best.
Yeah. And
they got him the ball, though.
Yeah, got the ball.
Yeah.
To bloke who was good for Melbourne, which is an area they were looking at, whether it be Wishart or Pezzett. Pezzett got his chance at 7, Kerr. Yeah, thought he played well.
Newey boy, isn't he? Newey lad, is he?
Yeah, yes, another one.
He was very good, and good masterstroke from Craig Bellamy. The young fella handled the big stage really well. His kicking game was good. He had some nice passes as well. So nice little shot there when he went on the field. He's a very confident young person, isn't he? And you need that as a young half. You need to be very confident in what you can do. There's a 40-20. They got a try after that, the Melbourne Storm. So he's a clever player as well. Big future at the Storm at the moment, but also in the next few years.
With the Jerome situation.
Go there? Well, Jerome's re-signed, hasn't he?
He's able to leave, free to leave, because Jerome has extended.
Yes.
So it's just a matter of
clubs clamouring, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
After that, a few after
on the
weekend. Yeah.
I think so. Now the Penny Panthers 24 over the Wires 8. Mate, tell you what, they're warming to the task again, these blokes. Tricky conditions. It was a really gritty, tough finals match, but I thought actually the Wires probably in a lot of ways dominated physically, but just the smarts and the kicking of Cleary.
Yeah, I think they did. They dominated early, the Warriors, because for me, the Panthers, I hadn't seen them, forward lose the ruck as many times as they did in this game, particularly in that first half. But in the conditions, the Panthers, they still completed at 93%, so that's pretty high.
And next week, for the first time, they're going to be full strength.
Yeah, well, no Mitch Kenny. Yeah. And you could see that was the difference, I thought, too. They were a little bit clunky out of the dummy half area with the players they had in there. A few passes went astray, didn't find the right options a couple of times, but they did enough to get the game.
Nathan Cleary again, Kev.
Very good, mate. We spoke about this earlier in the day. Into the breeze first half. Fletcher, a former captain of South Sydney.
Yes, kick low.
No. Do you take the wind or you into the breeze?
When you get it, you take it first.
You want to take the breeze?
Get points early.
Yeah, I like Alfie used to always just into the breeze because it used to blow his hair back nicely. Right? But always into the breeze, and you know that the second half you got the wind behind your back, and I thought they played it beautifully, particularly Cleary with his kicking game.
Well, I think there was five repeat sets. I think they got against them, or 5 or 6 repeat sets.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, there was one point in the game at a crucial moment of the game. not long before half-time, I know Nathan got that. They really started to suffocate him. Nathan got a repeat set. Blaze got a repeat set. They actually kept the ball out of the Wales' hands for about 8 or 9 minutes. And that took a toll. Leka Halasima, Fletch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, he started in the centres. I think he's the Rookie of the Year. This bloke...
No doubt.
This bloke can do a lot of things. One of them maybe not pass left or right, but I'll get to that in a second. No, this bloke here, you whack him anywhere and he's a danger. This is the pass I'm talking about. If he can get this on the chest, not great. Yeah. I mean, he can't be good at everything.
A little bit too much bottom hand.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. He can't be good at everything.
Well, he's probably never needed to have to pass before because he just steamrolls everyone.
Yeah,
so.
I think he got stuck in his hand. You know, they used that spray.
Too much spray or
too much spray. Anyway, let's go back in time to have another look at ranked passes.
Back in time.
This is a beauty. This is Henry Farfili playing for the Warriors. One-hander. Whoops. Led to a try. I think Preston got there. Benny Walker here. Look at this one. Been teaching Sammy anyway. The great. That's not ET. That's Howland.
No, it's a whip it.
Whip it.
Yeah. Oh, right. Whip it, baby.
This one here is Ash Taylor. Straight to Josh Young. Joshy Morris scores. These two, my next two, these are my favourites. This is Georgie Burgess. I love this one. Bang.
You know what's coming.
And of course, my ultimate favourite pass, Nathan Hindmarsh. Oh, yes. We've all done it.
I think what you just did there, Fletch, they call reverse engineering.
Yeah.
In the fact that you went, I want to show that, so I went back.
I've got to build it.
Yeah, you've got to build it.
Yes. Guys, after the game, a bit of a bizarre interview. Bryan, look, I don't know if he had anything on his mind prior to this game, but have a look at this.
Definitely no strappings this week, so I feel pretty fresh coming into. Sorry, cameraman's telling me to look straight. Sorry.
Hey, Bryan, it's Cooper. You can look anywhere, mate. You were well done today. Congratulations. What about Nathan Cleary? There was obviously some good decisions based on what he was doing with his king game. He was elite today.
Yeah, it was definitely different weathers here in the motherland of New Zealand. The wind was going northwest, south.
Northwest.
Cut that out, please.
What a bit different.
Great character, Bryan.
Slayer.
Now, speaking of Bryans, let's go to Bryan.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Matthew. Well, we've finally climbed Everest because the VB hard-earned award. It's been done and dusted. Yeah, it's finally done.
What do you read?
We still don't know how we got here, but anyway, let's have a look. This is the leaderboard, the final leaderboard. Hudson Young, Keon Kalol-Matangi, Aaron Clark, Payne Haas, and of course, the winner of this year's 2025 hard-earned VB. Who is it? Terrell May, everyone. Now, not only did Terrell, he won by a record margin of nearly 500 points. This is how dominant his display was this year. Probably the buy of the season. Look, it's actually got 1,700 points. It was actually 1,500 points. But we gave him an extra 200 points for when he appeared on this show with one of the great fashion items. There it is. And that's where he's going to leave his trophy. I'm sure VB are going to contact him and he can jam that trophy straight into that bag. So well done. Well done, Terrell. Good on you, boys. And thank you to VB for supporting us.
It's a shame we got to the last show. I finally realise now what it's about. It's an award.
Yeah, it's an award. So you get points for doing good stuff.
Okay.
You do, and you lose points for penalties and negative plays.
Missed tackles and stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you win? Like, is it?
What do you win?
Yeah.
Oh, it's big. It is big. You got to earn it to get one. So I've got 4 at home actually. I wore one last night.
Is it back next year? Because now we've found out.
Is it back next year? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I can exclusively reveal we've just signed a 5-year deal with VB. 5 years.
Let's hope they don't backflip. There's every chance. We'll take a break as we do. Here's our Mongrel Boost big hits for round 1.
Start giving it to Fisher Harris. Moses Leota is there to rattle him. Today's going to Toya. And Militalo has a big A. Ronaldo. He goes from 0 to 100 in the emotion stakes. Venue toughens up on Ronaldo. Gives him a little love tap. He's held it up for Trindle. He does it. Oh, Miro! Knocked off by Nwanganu Tuwase.
choices. Lions for Menzies. How appropriate is that?
144 matches you played together. You scored 104 tries. There's a bond there.
Imagine if the other blokes knew how to run like him.
Lions runs to the line. Inside. Menzies. Try.
Lions to Menzies. How many times are we going to see it?
I could watch it all day.
We had lots of fun.
It hits Bozo. He doesn't even turn around. Cliffy, put out that cigarette. Like he's in year 9.
Oh!
He carved up, set up 3 tries. Have a smoke next week.
95 and 97.
Referees' decisions. You know it's a forward pass.
Gets a one-hand around the corner. I thought there was a question on it, but the try is there.
What a way to end your Australian career.
Very surreal.
It goes to Menzies. Robertson for the corner. Back to Steve Menzies.
The great thing about a grand final, it's irrelevant if you haven't lost a game through the year. You have 80 minutes to put it together, and that gives everyone a chance.
Yeah, look forward to that. Tell you what, boys, pretty decent combination there, Beaver and Cliff Lyons.
Oh, it was a nightmare to try and defend against Cliffy. You just didn't know where he was having. He used to hide it sometimes, the ball.
Mate, we played Manly at Brookie one day, and we sort of arrived at the ground. We walked into Leaf Club and look over. And I thought Cliffy was out because he was having a smoke playing the poker machine. And sure enough, he goes out and gets man of the match.
Yeah,
incredible.
He's good. Good
and
player.
our man Beaver.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He did well just to know what Cliffy was doing, because I don't think Cliffy knew.
Mate, just incredible player. Now, boys, once again, road to the grand final. Saturday, we've got the Raiders up against the Sharks back in Canberra. That'll be a nice game in Canberra at Gerrard Stadium, and then you've got the Dogs and the Panthers at 3 p.m. on the Sunday. And it's going to be at a core stadium. Look forward to that. Boys, week 2, Dogs, Panthers. Let's talk about some of the things in the game. I've got to say with the Dogs, every time Kikau got one-on-one with the edge and lap in the field, something happened. They just didn't get the ball to him enough. You know, he was on Jonah Pezzett. You know, Jonah, anyone with a small stature finds him hard. Here's the example. You know, this try, a bit of a lucky one off the knees, but just the threat he creates.
Well, yeah, both edges. I felt that, and we spoke of this on Thursday night, Melbourne were going to play them through the middle, and I think the only knock on this pack of the Dogs is they're a little bit light up front.
Yeah.
Stefano, I thought, was brilliant against.
He was very good.
He just kept punching holes. So I feel that they can't go one out. When their front rowers, because they're a smaller body and a bit mobile, they go one out without any support, which makes it easy for the defence.
But they also, too, the Dogs' back rowers will park themselves wide from the beginning of the sets.
Yep.
So it's left up to King and Harry Hayes to do all the heavy lifting in the middle, where the other teams, their back rowers will come in for a bit of a carry. It seems the Dogs just hold on out wide a little bit longer to get hit, which I understand that. But early on, if you're fresh, get in there, have a carry.
Two bloke
your front rowers out.
Like Carraz. Like there was a couple of times watching through the game when Carraz gets forward in those early tackles. Things start, and it's so important because, as you said, they've got that lighter pack and they like to play a skill-based game. And if they're not getting on a roll, that's what they come up with errors. And Kev, I suppose when you're a coach, it's a fine line. You don't want to be negative with the team, but one thing about the Bulldogs, you'd be urging Cameron Sorrella saying, "Hey boys, we just need to cut the errors out." Yeah,
they did some good things the other night, the Bulldogs. And Carraz, I thought he's maybe not 100%. Maybe next week he'll get a bit fitter with his leg injury, but. Yeah, the Bulldogs were a little bit off, I got to say. I think when Sexton got on, he straightened them up a bit with their attack, and they looked much better. But both their edge players are very talented. So, yeah, I'm sure they'll come up with a couple of plans this week, against the Sharks. Sorry, who are they playing? They're playing Penrith against the Panthers, which will be a hard defence to sort of break down. But both coaches, they know each other's game plans, don't they? With Serraldo
Could you start Satilli?
I thought he was when he came. I thought he was the best forward on the field.
On the edge.
On the edge.
I thought he was the best forward on the field. He has been. His last few weeks have been.
You can play him in the middle as well.
Well,
you don't want to replace.
You don't want to replace Kikau or Preston, of course. But just the way he hits those holes on the edge. He's
Kevin, coach's hat coming out again. This is 3 times you've got 3 hats on.
Yeah.
We spoke about it.
I'm okay wearing hats. That's all right.
We spoke about it. Would you start with Galvin at 6, Sexton at 7?
I think that seems logical, given what we saw the other night. We've got an ex-Bulldogs player here. He might have an opinion on
that. What about the 9 as well? Who's the 9?
Either or. I'd be moving that ball to the left as often as what you can possibly do, because it's a stacked kick out. You've got a ton of experience out there. Burton, the Fox. You just utilise that left side. They've scored a lot of points down there all year.
Yep.
There's no reason to change it.
I tell you, Penrith watching the other night, it took them a little bit to get their template on. Like Penrith finals template is kick long early, chase hard, and attack with the defence. It wasn't until sort of halfway through the set, this is like Panthers finals football. They get you in the corner, and there's no coincidence in the following set when they get the ball back, they score.
Yeah.
Just that building of pressure.
Well, that's what they've been doing for the last 4 years. Why change it?
Yeah.
And it suits semi-final football. I'm going to ask you this, Clyde. The evolution of the lock forward now, compared to when you played, about how like Isaiah Yeo, like he. Well, I'll ask you. How does Isaiah Yeo influence this team?
His leadership but the way he plays, sometimes he's in the middle distributing the ball, and sometimes he gets in and does some of the runs as well. That's some of the tough stuff. But he's in the middle of the play. That evolution of lock forward, it seems to move from being a runner of the ball to just someone who's going to find metres. That middle player. But for me, I think ideally you want to be able to do both. I always enjoyed being roving and being able to do the tough stuff. But if the game opened up, you could allow yourself and add some value to the backs.
Yeah. He had a great pass, this fella. Like, he was ahead of his time with the way lock forwards played. You were, Clyde. Back on the kick chase, and then he'd take the second carry up with a little show, and he had a great pass on him.
And this bloke had a great pass as well. So we just passed it down the line. So, hey, but Clyde, for our younger viewers or people new to the game, like, you really changed lock forwards, that sort of play, because traditionally the lock forward was almost like a second 5'8", Ray Price going up short sides and that sort of stuff, where you came along, Clyde, and mate, you're like power runner, getting back on play too, and that was the evolution of the 13 position. We saw Taumalolo and those guys start to play that way, but now you start to see it go back again, and as you said, just cycling.
It seems to just evolve, but I used to enjoy just being around the ball. So, and Tim Sheens gave me that licence. I think the coaches need to play to the strengths of the players sometimes, not be so structured. The strengths and weakness of the individuals, not just the team.
But you can still play now, Clyde. Why are you so... You haven't changed at all.
I can tell you I have.
Do you train every day?
No.
The only thing that's changed is his nose isn't bleeding. Every game, this bloke's nose is bleeding.
Used to get whacked.
He used to take one of those pills if it didn't whack.
You've got great teeth too, Clyde. Great teeth.
They're not mine anymore. They're not mine either.
What are the hair? The hair's yours?
No, the hair's mine.
Yeah, it's good.
Whose teeth I want them. Now, who was that person? Now, Sharks versus Raiders, boys. I tell you, it's crucial for the Sharkies, mate. When they're back three, Katoa, particularly Katoa and Ronaldo, when they start leading the yardage, geez, I tell you what, it balances up the side. And you saw the other night, like Hindy, you said, they really were able to pressure and cause errors. Well, the reason is because these blokes are leading yardage.
Yeah, and that's when you know the Sharkies are on. When they're back three are the ones leading the yardage, and that's what they're known for at the Sharks. These guys, they don't mind getting in there, rolling the sleeves up. They'll sling a bit of mud at each other, the opposition, but they get in there, they get dirty, and they start their sets off very well. And that allows players like Fanua Blake to get on the back of that, where he's quick play the ball, and then you get out of dummy half and go from there. But
quick one, Hindy.
Yep.
Who wins it?
Sharks Raiders.
Sharks Raiders.
I don't know. Last week I would have said Raiders in a lay down was there, but after what I saw from the Sharkies the other night, look, I'll stick with the Raiders.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to head back to Canberra. Eloise Sawyer is with the great Billy Walters.
Yeah, thanks very much. Here with Billy Walters in the winning Broncos shed. Billy, can you sum up your emotions?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy game. I've never really been a part of anything like that before, so we just found a way, we dug deep, and yeah, we got there.
What was going through your head in terms of extra time and then golden point? It felt like it carried on for so long. How are you physically?
Yeah, I mean, I was all right. I'm out on the edges, so I don't get through too much work, but I was starting to feel pretty sorry for my middles. 90 minutes in the middle there, 95 what ended up being, but it's a weird, that extra time. We felt like we needed to have a shot at field goal, but also we didn't want to go too early, but it was unreal. We got the win.
I'm going to let you get back into this team event. Yeah, they're going to do a song, so you guys go and enjoy that.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you, Eloise. Once again, well done to Billy. Thanks for your time, Bill.
That jersey's a bit clean for a...
It's very clean.
Five minutes.
It might have been a spare. Remember, when you play Origins or Test matches, and they'd always have 2 jerseys, and half time you'd say, "Well, it's ripped," and go and get the other one and do a swap. Never do it.
Never swap.
What did you do with the one? Where'd you put that?
Which one?
The first one.
I just put it straight in the bag. Yeah, that's right. Hijinks. Let's take a break. Give me 5 next.
September, when champions are made. Our game, all about moments like Cleary and that comeback. JT becoming a golden point immortal. And what about my old mates from the Broncos? The Pearl, Kevy, and of course, Alfie. This September, it ain't only about the footy. It's about Liam Parra.
Holy cow!
Aussie boxing's best kept secret. A world beater, a knockout machine. Thursday, Paro fights to get a crack at a second world title.
Sky's the limit for this kid.
Champions are made in September, and this one just got bigger.
He's our Jim Beam, highlight of the game. And what else? Benny Hunt, that field goal to win it in Golden Point. Incredible game of football. And you just watch it here. It just flicks the post on the way in. But, yeah, great moment. What's been a pretty incredible career from Benny Hunt. Look at that one. Amazing. Righto, let's go to Eloise Sawyer. Again, she's in the sheds with Kotoni Staggs.
Yeah, thanks very much, Kotoni Staggs, alongside me. Kotoni, can you sum up your emotions? What comes to mind after that more than an 80-minute performance?
Yeah, I just think that we all just we didn't give up, and obviously we went down to 11 players there on the field, and I don't think anyone dropped their head. We just knew that you know, we had to step up there and do our best until the other players came back on, and you know, I ended up going to fullback there and had to do my job there, and then Walsh ended up coming on. But the belief among the group, we didn't go away from it, and we just knew that we just had to stick to our game. And it was an 80-minute game, but it went further than that, and it's probably one of the hardest games I've ever played. And you know, it's credit to the boys, and like Payne and a couple of other boys, they were injured and they still kept going through, and that just shows how connected we are as a group.
Can you talk about Reece Walsh's impact? The fact you're down 28-12, he's in the bin, he comes back. That's when the momentum changed. Just how inspirational is he to play alongside?
100%. Reece is Reece, and I think you know, he can do things that not many people can do. And like, yeah, we were down and he came back on, and you know, he didn't change anything. He just played his role for the team, and he found space and ended up setting up a try and scoring a try. And that's just what he does, and you can't fault that. And he does that stuff at training. He practices that all the time, and it's just what he does. And you know, it's credit to him. He came back on with a calm head, and yeah, he delivered it for us.
You talk about being one of the hardest games you played for physically. Just how were you feeling out there?
Yeah, I was pretty buggered there coming to the end, and I just knew all that hard work we did in pre-season, it's going to pay off. So we got in a huddle there, and our leader spoke and just said that we've worked hard to get to this point, and it'd be a shame if we let it go now. And we've been here, we're close to winning this game, and we knew we had them on the back foot there come to the end, and we knew our fitness was just going to come over top of them. And credit to Dozer putting that over, and I'm glad it was Dozer because he deserves that to come back home and to win the game for us in this moment. It means a lot to me and to the team.
Just talk to us about Ben Hunt. Hasn't played since 2018. Wanted to play to Broncos to play in a final series. He kicks the winning field goal. Like, what goes through your mind?
Yeah, to be honest, obviously when that went over, I don't think he knew that it went over, and then yeah, straight away when it went over, I started tearing up just for the fact that all the hard work that he's been through. And yeah, just at Captain John, I pulled aside the boys that hadn't made finals yet and just had a yarn to them, and he came in the circle, and he just said he hasn't been into the finals for 7 years. So a player like that, for what he's done for this club, to get him obviously into the next final, and for him to ice that tonight means a lot to the team and for him as well.
Just lastly, after that performance, you've now earned the week off. How important is that for that 17, particularly after a game like that, but also too mentally to push through deep into be there October 5?
Yeah, 100%. This is you know, obviously our week off, but I think it's just about getting our bodies right and our minds right as well around our game plan for the following week. So I think we might even have maybe a couple of days off. I don't know what Madge is thinking, but I know we'll be back in there doing some film, doing a bit of training, moving the body, and you know, this is just a week that we can practice and get our game plan on for whoever we come up against.
Tony, I really appreciate your time. Go and enjoy that one.
Very much. Appreciate it. Take care.
Thanks, Eloise. Great job. And thank you to Tony Staggs. He's having one of his greatest years. Now it's time for Give Me Five. Thanks to Red Rooster. And Kevy, we've got the opportunity now to talk about the Ashes tour coming up. Yeah. Mate, game one in the great Wembley Stadium, probably the most historic ground in the world. It's been a difficult place for Australia to win. You know.
Yeah, it has for some reason. Been over there on a couple of tours. We won the World Cup final there in '92.
The outball.
Yeah,
the outball to Pearl.
90 and '94, we lost. I was actually sitting up in the grandstand with Joey Mangle in 1990 watching the game. Yeah, remember Joey Mangle from Neighbours?
Oh, yeah. How's he going? He's going good.
He's going okay.
Yeah, give him a shout out for
it. But, yeah, look, the stadium's been refurbished since then. Oh, there's Clyde going off with a bung shoulder, Clyde.
And this is with a game on the line. Kevy comes on. Yeah. trademark outball to Pearl.
Yeah, Stephen Orff just used to run a beautiful line, and that was the only try I think scored in the whole game. It was a tight match. We managed to win it in the end, and yeah, it was a great feeling at the end of the game, winning the World Cup in front of the English in particular, because they were very vocal throughout the game and were giving us some good information on our families and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
Now, Clyde, in '94, game one of the series of the Kangaroo Tour was at Wembley Stadium, mate. Tough one for you again. Sean Edwards hit you with a high shot here.
Yeah, didn't miss it.
Yeah. And they won that with 12 men.
Wow. Carrying on a bit there, Clyde, will you?
Get up, Clyde. Get up.
I mean, was it high?
Did you take a dive?
Yeah, I tried to play on, but I just couldn't. The legs went on me, so I didn't come back on after half time.
Did he get suspended from that, Clyde?
He got 1 week.
1 week.
I mean, really, it was
different time.
Now, really exciting. Game 2 is in the new Everton Stadium in Liverpool, which is a great coup for the game. But are you blokes going to be based in Leeds?
No, we're going to stay in London first, and then we'll go up to Liverpool, and then finish off in Leeds. But it is the new stadium's magnificent. Obviously, it's a football soccer stadium, but I think that it's nearly sold out or virtually sold out. So it's brand new. This only been opened up this year, and it's obviously modern age stadium where the noise levels or the decibels that the noise that the crowd makes stay in the stadium. So it's ranked number 1 or number 2 in the world for that part of the stadium.
Great location too, right on the docks there.
Right on the docks there.
Yeah.
Beautiful part. You've been to Liverpool, Matty?
I have.
How lovely is it?
I went last year, had a night out. Honestly, which a night out in Liverpool is basically a week. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Kevin, what's the squad? What's the squad numbers?
22 numbers. 22 players. Yeah.
Yep.
So 1 to 18, and I think outside of that we'll have to pick some specialists. Like if we get a half or a couple of halves, hooker, sort of outside back, middle forward, just get a good balance across the squad because we'll need all 22 players across the 3 games to do well and get them firing and get them playing well. Should be good.
I tell you what, they've been pretty clever, the English here, because game 1, big stadium Liverpool. Game 2, big stadium in Liverpool there. Game 3 is going to be at Headingley and Leeds. Now, it's only a small ground. Now, the reason they've done this, hoping it's going to be 1-1, and these smaller grounds, mate, the atmosphere is like a furnace.
Yeah, well, they sit on top of you, don't they, Clyde? You would have been you've played in these smaller stadiums. The noise that they generate, it's totally different to the Australian crowds. They really can valley
Great for atmosphere. It lifts the players, and when that happens, you know, the football tends to follow to be optimal. You know.
Yeah. Man, those Kangaroos, how good was it, getting up early? Well, you blokes were playing in it, but you get up in the morning, you watch those games, you're playing Leeds and St Helens, and of course they called the Wigan game the 4th Test match. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I played a lot of the midweek games, so that's when the Emus played. And it was so much fun playing in these smaller stadiums, and they used to pack it out. It was amazing. And then, just great being over there on tour. I'm really excited for the next generation of Australian Kangaroo players that go over there, because this hasn't happened for 22 years since an Australian team has gone across and battled for the Ashes. 3 Test series, so very unique situation for these players, and I'm looking forward to getting a really strong squad together and getting over there and playing some good footy.
And Kevy, it's just so important for the English game where it sits at the moment. This is vital.
Well, they're obviously a very strong rugby league nation, and they've got probably 6 or 7 of their players will come from the NRL that are playing here already. So they'll be battle hardened and ready to go. And their fans it really is difficult playing over there, given the fan base that they have, and they just sit on top of the grounds and just continually make noise about their team. Yes. So it should be a lot of fun, mate.
Well, Kev, you've got to get on a flight, mate. This is because of how long that game went for. So we're going to let you go. But, mate, on behalf of all of us in the show, mate, congratulations on Billy.
Yep.
And that, great win. I know how tough it must be for part of this set through that. Yeah. So good on you, Kev. Appreciate you being here. We're going to take a break. Hemi Goodman next.
Oh, unbelievable! And Stewart gets it away. Deep play. That's it. Australia retain the Ashes.
They go back, one goes up, one goes back.
Leaving his kicks on. Kicked 2 dead tonight.
Missed the field goal.
Yeah, welcome back to the show. Of course, earlier it was Broncos 29-28, incredible game of football. Now, Ricky Stewart just spoke at the press conference.
What did you sort of make of the Reece Walsh, Hudson Young incident?
Doesn't matter what I think about it.
Were you surprised he wasn't sent off?
Well, they've sent a president now, you're allowed to headbutt.
Joe, did they explain on the field?
Like why Hudson was sent to sin bin, B, why?
He said he got in his face. I said, you're allowed to celebrate a play, we just got a good play. And I said, if I was to celebrate and someone punched me, am I in the wrong for celebrating something? So that's all I said.
If Joe or Hudson had to use their head on Reece Walsh, what do you think would have happened to them?
I think I know what you're implying.
Joe, do you think it's pretty rough, the headbutt, and then to be sin bin, do you think it should have been sent off?
I don't know how they got the penalty, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, it's...
Let's not make it about that, huh? I mean, it was a wonderful game of football. Two very good footy teams. Some outstanding footballers out there. It was an unbelievable spectacle for rugby league. I mean, they've got it 100% wrong, but we shouldn't make it about that because it was an unbelievable promotion of the game itself. That was what both teams, the players went through. Was it 90 minutes? Or was it? I don't know. It just goes to show you how tough these players are. It goes to show you the resilience that the elite rugby league players have got.
What they showed.
There you go, Ricky. You'd see, deflated, disappointed, of course, but mate, gracious in the fact he said, which is true, incredible game of football, fantastic. And you saw how important that win was for Madge. Watching that game unfold, saying, we're going to need the week off here. His reaction at the end.
Oh, he looked like he was going to blow a gasket.
Yeah, big time. I actually think he did. So, hey, Hammy, welcome, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Have you seen that new ice cream maker from Harvey Norman? Have you seen that?
No.
Just asking. Anyway.
Looks good, doesn't it?
It does look good.
Soft serve.
I have seen that. That does look good. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm with you there. Yeah.
Pour it in. Where do you
Don't know where that came from. Don't know where that came from.
Where do you get it from?
Me.
Yeah.
It's a Harvey Norman ad.
Harvey Norman, yeah.
I actually got a Mr. Whippy ice cream the other day, and
Choc top.
not too proud to say it was delicious.
Yeah.
I had freckles, mate, on it.
Oh yeah, the sprinkle one.
Mate, I went, mate, it's like I was 9 years old again.
I get the flake. I put the flake in mine.
Oh, I love it.
Do they come down the street? You know how...
Yeah, they play still play green sleeves.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Tune.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, people having a crack.
Oh, yeah. Sportsbet, as you know, are proud supporters of people having a crack. And I found a couple having a crack over in the Super League this week. Now, the first one, former Cowboy Kyle Felt, had a crack at milking a penalty. Now, I don't know if you saw this acting performance here. Now, I don't know if anyone... We've look at a couple of different angles here. He's done his best to milk a penalty, but he ends up getting his comeuppance. Have a look at this. No contact. Goes down.
That's
he ends up getting his comeuppance because he actually gets green carded by the referee. Now, that doesn't mean he can work in the US. Over in the Super League, if you get green carded, you've got to go off for an HIA. So he got sent off the field, couldn't come back on. So there you go. And that acting was actually so good, he's been cast in the Step 1 underwear commercial. So looking forward to seeing that as well. Someone else having a crack over in the Super League is Lockie Miller. He had a crack at kicking a goal. Didn't go so well. This would have brought it back to a 6-point margin with less than 5 to play. So he's missed that one there. Had a crack. Not his best. Brad Arthur doesn't look too chuffed with it all there. But it did get me thinking about other times that goal kickers have had a crack and it hasn't gone so well. So I think we've got a couple... Here's this one. The first one, Brock Lamb. Who could forget this one? That was to send it to Golden Point. Kieran Foran puts it into the top left corner there. Good luck saving that one. Important to some, this one, last week. Dill Brown. Then we've got Laurie Taylor here. Important plate. One of my favourites here, Mitchy Moses. Combat against my boys. Get that India for leaving the Tigers. And then Darren Lockyer. He missed one as well. And, of course, probably the most famous one, Don Fox, with the Challenge Cup. So there's a couple there. They had a crack. It didn't go so good. But, yeah, that was... One thing I've always said about goal kickers, though, is it's all about technique and poise. And we've seen some that didn't go so well there, but I thought it would be worth studying, somebody who did
here we go.
Oh, you got the sand.
Got the sand out.
A
little bit of water.
Once again.
Now, I was trying to take the piss out of Jamie Soward here, because he was, this is what he used to do. He used to pull that
Look at the process.
then tap his toes. He used to walk around in a circle and then carry on. Just kick it over. It's not that hard to kick it over. Watch. Just a couple of steps, bang, boom.
Mate, the Don Fox one, right? The story with that is they scored. It was on right on full time. They did a short kick-off. They went bang, kicked it again off the short kick-off. They scored under the post. The full-time siren went. As the full-time siren went, all he's got to do is kick it from front to win the Challenge Cup final. As he puts the ball in the mat, he gets announced as the Lance Todd Trophy Man of the Match, and then misses it.
The early crow.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Strikes again.
But anyway, grand final odds.
Yeah, premiership. So we've obviously got a little bit of movement at the top of the market here. The Melbourne Storm are the favourites once again here. The Brisbane Broncos, of course, off the back of that game, they shaved about $3 off their price. Penrith going the long way, $4.50, and the Raiders, they've slipped out to $7.50. Probably the big sliders, though, the Bulldogs, they're out to $19 now. Obviously, the injury to Critter is going to be tough for them to deal with.
Just a question. What side of the draw are Penrith on? They're on the Dogs side of the draw? Dogs-Melbourne side of the draw?
Dogs, and then I think they'll play the Broncos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they swap, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now, Clive Churchill medal.
Yeah, obviously a bit of movement in this market as well. So a couple of teams have gone straight through. Nate Cleary, even though he's still got a bit of work to do, he's the favourite there. Cam Munster, he's firmed up a little bit. But Reece Walsh was $17 before this game. $9.75 now. He's the big one to watch. And then Payne Haas as well. Not on that graphic, but $12 you're getting for him.
Got one for Ben Hunt.
Ben Hunt, $23, Brian.
Ooh,
yeah.
Juicy. Fairy tale.
I do like that fairy tale.
Yeah.
I think he's going to retire. Well, remember he dropped the ball in the grand final in against the Cowboys. Lost. Funny how rugby league works.
Very.
It starts there, ends there, but sometimes comes back there.
Exactly.
Very
By
funny.
the way, I'm thinking about that ice cream.
Hey, just on that market, the Get 'em On Side boys got their last review show of the season at 8:20 tonight. So I'll have to take a look at that in a bit more detail.
Now, Sharks against the Raiders.
Yes, the Raiders, they've gone up as favourites here, but I tell you what, that game's going to take a fair bit out of the tank, you'd imagine. The Sharkies slipping under the radar, 8 of their last 9 they've won now as well. Maybe a bit of value around the Sharks down there at Canberra Stadium.
Dogs, Panthers. You'd expect close to a full house there at a core.
Absolutely. The money's come for Penrith since this market's gone up, though. They've firmed up a bit overnight as well, and the money's come for them 13+ too. I think Critter being out, a couple of other injuries for the Dogs. It's going to be tough, but it'll be a hell of a game out there, big crowd next week.
Good on you, Hemi.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it, mate. Hey, Clyde, great to have you on, mate. Thanks, really appreciate it. It's always a big day for the Raiders playing, so let's give us your time. What are you, lads? Excellent performance.
Well done, Matthew.
I'll have a look at that Harvey Norman, that ice cream machine.
An ice cream maker. That's soft serve.
I might get a soft serve on the way home.
I'm going
McDonald's.
to.
Delicious. Now, last word. Next week, do we get another finals game like that?
I think we do.
Excellent.
Let's go another soft serve.
Right, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Staying with the rugby league theme, State of Origin is back on the AFL calendar for the first time this century. According to reports in the Herald Sun, the league will make an announcement in coming days that it's set to revive the concept, with Western Australia to host Victoria in a highly anticipated grudge match at Optus Stadium next year. It'll be the first time State of Origin has appeared on the AFL calendar since 1999. Victoria beat South Australia at the MCG. The last time WA faced Victoria in State of Origin was way back in 1992. Well, Sam Kerr scored in her long-awaited return to football in Chelsea's 3-1 victory over Aston Villa. Kerr had been sidelined for 20 months with an ACL injury. It was also the centre of a high-profile court case in which she was cleared of racially aggravated harassment of a police officer. Kerr made her return in the 74th minute of her side's clash with Aston Villa. The Aussie star was in the thick of the action.
In towards Bright. Oh, Vilms with a terrific header to keep Chelsea at bay. Sam Kerr! Back doing what she does best. Picking up the pieces for Chelsea. A goal that will mean the world to someone who knows what that goal-scoring feeling is like, but has missed it for the best part of 2 years.
So that goal was Kerr's 100th for Chelsea. The win is the second for the Blues this season. Let's get more on this right now with our reporter, Luke Doherty. Luke, thanks ever so much for your time. And this must have been such a relief for Sam on return.
Yeah, you could see it almost written all over her face. It wasn't jubilation. It was thank goodness that she's back and scoring. 634 days in between games for Sam Kerr since that ruptured ACL in January 2024. While Chelsea were on a warm weather training camp, that's when it happened. That was 21 months ago. Her last game for Chelsea before that, December 2023. There's been several setbacks along the way for Sam on this journey. We're talking an ACL injury, usually a 9-month recovery at the long end, 10 at a pinch. So to get almost 21 months down the road between games, that shows you what Sam Kerr has been through, because there's been several setbacks along the way, which can happen with ACL injuries. Once the knee goes, it gets several other things out of alignment as well. If you look at the list of things that she's missed in between games, so the Olympic Games for the Matildas, the ill-fated campaign in France under Tony Gustafsson. There was the court case that you mentioned there for that racially aggravated harassment of a police officer, where she was found not guilty, and she became a mum in the meantime as well. So it has been quite the journey at 32 years of age, and with a contract running out at the end of this season, the timing of this comeback, simply perfect.
Yeah, it feels good. Obviously really happy, but just a lot of relief. It's been a bit of a long journey, so I'm glad it's just over. When I signed for Chelsea, I never ever thought I would score 100 goals, and to do it for such a massive club like Chelsea, and a club that I love so dearly, it's an amazing achievement and something I'm really proud of. I mean, I don't really reflect too much on my goals, but to score 100 for Chelsea is something that I'll keep with me forever.
Yeah, there she was. And Luke, you mentioned the international, I guess, ramifications of what could take place. You mentioned the Olympics and, I guess, her effect on the team. What are the flow-on effects for the great return of Sam Kerr.
Yeah, I mean, so it's great she's back for Chelsea, right? But we all want to see her back in green and
That's
gold
right.
for the Matildas. We all know how crucial she is. So she's been back in camp several times with the Matildas, just continuing her rehabilitation over the course of the last couple of international windows. But right on the horizon now that she's back on the field, October 26 and October 29 are the Matildas' next 2 games. And thankfully, they're in the UK as well. So they play Wales in Cardiff on the 26th and they play England in Derby on the 29th. So really nice and easy for Sam. She doesn't have to get on a plane and travel halfway around the world or somewhere in Asia to go and compete. It's right on her doorstep. So from a fitness point of view and for Chelsea's concerns around that, perfect. November 2023 was her last game for the Matildas. So we're talking so long between drinks now. Past this international window next year, under new coach Joe Montemurro, we've got the Asian Cup where they're going to take on Philippines. Their opening group stage game is Optus Stadium in Perth.
Yeah.
Sam Kerr territory. Isn't that place going to be sold out now if she can get back on the pitch for a sustained amount of time? Then Iran, then South Korea. Beyond that, we've got the World Cup in Brazil in 2027 as well. The other flow-on effect, so when she was cleared in that court case, she's of course the Matildas captain. But in the Football Australia media release, there was the word leadership several times. Nowhere in that media release was the word captaincy. So that is the next big hurdle once she comes back into camp. The question will be asked, is Sam Kerr still the captain? Or is Steph Catley going to take that? Or are they going to share it? But for now, Sam's back on the pitch. Hopefully she's back out there for the Matildas as well come the 26th against Wales.
And we're very thankful that she is back. Thankful to you as well, Luke. Thanks so much
Nico.
for your time this morning as